Hello, welcome to another video on how to play Magic. Today we are going to look at the main phase of your player's turn. So we've built a deck that focuses specially for the main phase, because in the main phase we usually cast creatures and enchantments, as well as planeswalkers and artifacts. We can also cast sorceries. I've not included any instants here because although instants can be cast on the main phase, they can also be cast at any time, even on the opponent's turn. So for demonstration purposes, I would just stick to these categories for the main phase. So let's go and play some games. So this is our opening hand. It's pretty decent. We have 2 planes, 2 lands, and we have a creature, an enchantment, a sorcery, and more enchantments. So we can see later on what we do in the main phase. So let's keep this. Opponent casts a rat. So it's our main phase now, as you can see in this indicator here at the bottom. Our main phase is split into 2 parts. The first part is called the first main phase, and then we head into combat phase, and after the combat phase is another second main phase. So we're now in our first main phase, and first thing we usually do is to put down a land. We're allowed to put down 1 land per turn based on regular rules. And now with our land in play, we have the choice to cast either our creature or an enchantment. And we can choose to do this either on the first main phase or on the second main phase. So depending on your strategy, you could do it on either half. So in this case, we're just going to cast it right now on our first main phase. We're going to cast a creature. And we pass the turn because we've ran out of mana. The opponent's turn, he casts a 2/1 creature for 2 mana. And now it's back to our turn. We've gone on to the main phase after our untap and upkeep and draw step. And we can put down another land. So we'll do that. So we're going to cast our second creature, who actually counts as an enchantment as well. And now we head on to our combat phase. Alright, it's back to our turn. We're back to our first main phase. We get to put down another land. Okay, so now I'm going to cast enchantment. So the reason I cast this on my first main phase is if I'm planning to use the creature to attack. So in this case, I probably will. I will cast it and target Daxos. And I will also cast a sorcery, Sorceries Solidarity, to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature I control. So the reason I do this in my first main phase is because I want to buff up my creatures before attacking. So I'll cast a sorcery in here. Right, so you can see the +1/+1 counter and 1 on Daxos as well. Okay, we're back to our first main phase, and now another thing we can do in our main phase is to cast planeswalkers. So we've got Elspeth, Sun's Nemesis for 4 mana. So we're gonna tap all our lands to cast Elspeth. The main phase is also when you can activate Planeswalker abilities. So we have a choice of activating -1, -2, or -3. So in this case, I think I want more creatures, so I'm gonna do a -2. Alright, so that's pretty much what we do on the main phase. We cast spells, such as creatures, artifacts, sorceries, enchantments or planeswalkers. They call it the main phase because that's when you can cast the most spells, and they even split it up into 2 sections so that you can cast spells at different times. So just remember that there will be one main phase before your combat, and then after combat there will be a second main phase. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. Do check out our other videos on how to play Magic, and please subscribe and like our content. We hope to bring you more in the future.